540 WAUK, Milwaukee's real news and great conversation. And now on your FM dial at 100.3. Here's your Daily News Roundup.
With local news on 540 WAUK on 100.3 FM, I'm Stuart J. Waddles. Extreme heat now and smoky air on the way. The weather is raising health concerns across the region over the next couple of days. A heat advisory continues through tonight with high humidity pushing the heat index values above 100. It'll still be hot for the next couple of days. People are being encouraged to stay hydrated, avoid the sun, and use cooling centers if needed. By late tonight, wildfire smoke is expected to move in and reduce air quality into tomorrow. Officials say both the heat and smoke could pose risks. Forecasters say areas along the lake may see thicker lake-enhanced smoke, with air quality possibly reaching very unhealthy levels. Health officials urge people, especially kids, older adults, and those with heart or lung issues, to limit time outside. Because of the high heat, Milwaukee Public Schools is shutting down some summer programs today. District leaders say indoor programs, including summer academy and recreation sites, are closed today. Splash pads, wading pools, and meal site locations are remaining open. Schools and programs are expected to reopen tomorrow if conditions allow. It's all news all morning from 540 WAUK on 100.3 FM. Waukesha County voters will soon decide new leadership after the death of County Executive Paul Farrow. A sitting state senator is entering the race. Republican Chris Kapenga announced he'll run in the December special election, saying he wants to limit spending and taxes. The seat opened after Farrow died last week at the age of 61 following a battle with cancer. County leaders have set December 15th for the election while an interim executive is put in place. Kapenga says he'd step down from the Senate if he wins the county job. State health officials are warning about West Nile virus. They say it's been found in mosquitoes and a bird with no human cases reported yet. The positive test came from Milwaukee County and Bayfield County. That shows it is circulating in the state. Experts say mosquitoes can pass the virus to people and animals. They recommend using insect repellent and taking precautions outdoors. The state says tracking the virus will help guide public warnings through the summer. Kids across the area are being invited to hit the field with Packers quarterback Jordan Love at a free football camp later this month. The one-day event in Milwaukee on July 26th will include drills, games, and skill-building activities for kids ages 8 through 18. It's being held at the University School of Milwaukee. Registration is required, but there is no cost to attend. And that's the local update. It's all news all morning, 6 to 9 on 540 WAUK on 100.3 FM. News anytime at WAUKradio.com. I'm Stuart J. Waddles.
For Civic Media News, I'm Melissa Kay. Poor air quality is expected across Wisconsin through tomorrow as wildfire smoke moves into the state. The DNR says conditions could range from unhealthy to very unhealthy, with short periods reaching hazardous levels. Smoke from fires in Minnesota and Ontario will spread south, reaching much of the state by midweek, including areas near Lake Michigan. Health officials warn sensitive groups should avoid outdoor activity, while others should limit time outdoors. The advisory runs through noon on Thursday and could be extended. The University of Wisconsin-Madison is continuing work to restore air conditioning to campus buildings. An update explained that crews are dealing with a 4-inch pipe that's buried 20 feet underground, making the repair difficult. More than 20 buildings were closed at the end of June to assist with the repair work. Classes and other business have continued during the construction. Wisconsin health officials have confirmed the first West Nile virus activity of the year. No human cases have been reported in 2026, but mosquitoes collected in Milwaukee County and a wild bird from Bayfield County have tested positive for the virus. Health officials say this is a good reminder to protect yourself and your family from mosquito bites throughout the summer and into fall until we have the first hard frost. They encourage people to use insect repellent, wear long sleeves and pants when outdoors, and remove standing water from around your home where mosquitoes can breed. County clerks are encouraging voters to return their absentee ballots well ahead of the August 11th partisan primary. State law requires that all ballots be received at polling locations by 8 p.m. on Election Day. Election officials recommend mailing your ballot by or before July 28th to ensure they arrive on time. Average gas prices have risen 11.4 cents per gallon over the last week. The average in the state on Monday landed at $3.66 per gallon. This is 19.5 cents per gallon lower than a month ago, but more than 67 cents higher than this time last year. The national average of diesel has increased 9.6 cents during the last week and stands at $4.85 per gallon. Officials at Gas Buddy say after 8 straight weeks of declines, prices climbed in nearly 4 out of 5 states last week. Oil prices surged after the ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran collapsed. Oil jumped another 4% in Sunday evening trading, signaling possible increases ahead. The American Red Cross is declaring an emergency blood shortage after the national blood supply fell nearly 25% in June. Maddie Schaefer reports.
According to the Red Cross, summer often brings an increased need for blood to treat traumatic injuries, while donations decline because of busy schedules, temporary illnesses, and the loss of school blood drives. The Red Cross says it's sending nearly 3,500 more units of blood to hospitals each week than expected. All blood types are needed, but officials say supplies are lowest for O-positive, B-negative, and AB plasma.
Blood donation appointments can be scheduled through the American Red Cross at redcross.org. Residents and businesses in Wisconsin affected by April tornadoes and flooding have additional time to file federal taxes with the IRS. Those affected now have until November 2nd. The extended deadline also applies to estimated tax payments, many business returns, and disaster-related casualty claims. The hardest-hit areas include Outagamie, Brown, Winnebago, and more than a dozen other counties. And that's your State News Update. I'm Melissa Kay for Civic Media News.
The Brewers add a veteran. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with Sports Baseball. The Brewers welcome back Bryce Wilson to the team after being released by the Cubs. They signed the 28-year-old right-hander over the weekend. As a relief pitcher, Wilson has bounced around the league the past 2 years at the White Sox, the Phillies, the Cubs, and now back in Milwaukee with a 5-game lead over Chicago.
Yeah, it's been a lot of traveling with the family and everything, but we're just grateful for the opportunity and grateful to be here and being with Milwaukee for 2 years. I know a lot about this rivalry, and it's awesome.
To make room, the Brewers traded right-hander Easton McGee to the Kansas City Royals in exchange for cash. In Philadelphia, the American League shut out the National League 4-0 at the All-Star Game. Tampa Bay Rays third baseman Junior Caminero had to leave the game after getting hit in the hand during an at-bat in the third inning, X-rays showing no broken bones. NBA, the Bucks wrapping up their Summer League games when they take on the Charlotte Hornets tonight in Las Vegas. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
Today, partly cloudy with smoky haze in the air. A little muggy with a high in the low 90s this afternoon. Tonight, more smoke, mostly cloudy with a low dropping into the 60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with more smoky haze with a high in the upper 80s to low 90s. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable.
That's your Milwaukee News Roundup from WAUK. Find more news anytime at waukradio.com/news. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts.